to call this film, this documentary, I'll call it Chaos Blossoms in Seattle and elsewhere. And I am the filmmaker. I'm also a covert agent for the CIA. I do two things. You can actually do two things at once if you try. But anyway, my friends have again relayed me a message. I think they gave me a heads up yesterday. Now I have the message in my pocket. It's in my pocket. So anyway, I'm going to do some films, or some filmmaking. That's all. Signing off. And there, my friend. Rocky boat. There, my friend. There, my friend. There, my friend. So I'll go do some more narrating behind the camera. That's always good. Henry Fonda on Golden Pond and Peter Fonda had a common interest. They were both family. It means they were related. Henry was the father, Peter was the son. Peter Fonda bought a red Cadillac one time with the, yeah, I'm sorry, but that's not possible right now.
99%.
I understand, but I don't think I am the 99%. Anyway, Peter Fonda bought a red Cadillac convertible, and somebody asked him, "Why did you buy a red Cadillac convertible?" He said, "Well, when they have the race riot, I'm going to be able to get the hell out of town quick." I don't know if he said that in seriousness, but mostly he probably said it as a joke. But anyway, like I was saying in my previous little snippet, the Armenians suffered under the Turks, and likewise many segments of a country suffer and give rise to a sense of license to do evil, well, to do wickedness, to do things they shouldn't do. Not necessarily because they're illegal, but because they're immoral. Morality is an important feature. Can't dismiss that. So anyway, someone waves a flag. Hello, hello, I'm a patriot. Well, you better look under his or her skirts, because they might actually be something quite obvious, something quite unpatriotic. Now look at this interesting feature. This is called Century Square. That timepiece out there is interesting. I usually like to focus on it. Hi birds, what's up? So anyway. So I'll do some more narrating. One of the ambitions of the people in the 60s that, well, basically were activists. They call themselves activists. Some people call them radicals. Some people call them revolutionaries. Of course, true revolutionaries were, of course, Lenin Marx, I guess. He was a theorist, but he was probably revolutionary. Trotsky was a great general for the the Reds. And of course Stalin was a ruthless dictator. But the thing is, though, what I remember of the 60s, and I grew up during the 60s, is that there came a time in New York where students took over the universities. Literally, they shut down the university. I actually had a professor who grew up in that period. And he said that if it was him, they would have shut down the universities in the 70s repeatedly. Well, they did actually do that sometimes. They actually had closure of the university because of sit-ins. But one interesting feature, a lot of people don't actually know this, is that the Black Panther Party, or elements of it, and of course I never actually saw anybody in the Black Panther Party, but I did have friends who were what they called black nationalists. They basically had the notion that they could assassinate policemen and city officials and therefore cause the government, the local government anyway, to succumb. And now in 1978 there was the assassination of Mayor Moscone, and there was also the killing of Commissioner Harvey Milk, who was a famous gay activist. And the man that did the assassination was a political rival, and also evidently was bent on Twinkies. He liked Twinkies quite a lot. So he implemented the Twinkie defense. Well, the Twinkie defense resulted in a light sentence for his murder of these two people. And the gay community launched a riot. I think they called the riot the White Knights. Basically, they turned over cars, burnt things in the street. So, in Greece, for instance, right now, there's a lot of turmoil. All over the world there's turmoil. The economic situation has become dire. I guess in a way it's kind of like that, what was that saying? Some famous poet said, "The center will not hold." Well, I guess in this case the center is just barely holding. Now, who holds the center? Well, it's the police and the military mostly. Sometimes ordinary citizens, they become vigilantes, but they hold the center. They had the LA riots. A lot of citizens took to the rooftops, manning positions to prevent their homes and businesses from being destroyed and themselves killed or otherwise mutilated. So the moral of the story is, if there is one, is that history sometimes almost repeats itself. Not exactly, but similar. So, and my fear, of course, is that in addition to my own safety, which is, well, extremely uncertain, that's par for the course, is that someone will try to ignite a conflagration that they hope will result in extreme pressure, if not literally crumbling the state, federal, and local governments. And of course, this will give rise to opportunity. Out of chaos comes opportunity. Anyway, this opportunity would be such as, well, Joseph Stalin